A Million Little Things airs Thursdays on ABC, and today we're getting the chance to talk with one of the stars, David Giuntoli, who of course plays Eddie on the show. Good morning, David.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I am good. It's so nice to talk to you.
The feeling is mutual.
I'm laughing because we talked before we started recording, just making sure I could pronounce your last name correctly. But you said I did okay.
Listen. You did as well as anybody who's not an Italian can do with that name. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I want to talk, of course, about A Million Little Things today. My favorite thing about the show is it feels like you're all just real people, and every week for an hour we get to watch your lives. Almost doesn't even feel like a TV show, but just like real life. That's my favorite thing about the show.
I'm only vaguely aware that we're being recorded, and I'm very vaguely aware that there are even lines. Yeah, listen, props to our writing staff and our wonderful creator, DJ Nash. They're really trying to keep things authentic, and that is their North Star, authenticity. Obviously, you have to raise the stakes because it's network television, so we do have some wild things that happen to these people. But it's a bunch of people dealing with life and trying to deal honestly with it. And you don't get to see that a ton on network television or television at all. And so we all consider ourselves very grateful to be a part of it.
So we know that you're not really Eddie in real life, who is very lovable, but does have a lot of flaws that we've seen since day one. If you had to describe him in 3 words, what 3 words would you describe Eddie with?
3 words that I can say on TV?
Yes.
Okay, let me choose. He's a bit of he's young at heart. Mm-hmm. He is deeply flawed, but he is ever blossoming, and he's bending toward adulthood as quickly as he possibly can. This is a guy who came from a pretty bad family. He is a recovering alcoholic. He was in this kind of mid-tier band, and then that fizzled out like you wouldn't believe, like a Zeppelin. And he was living a very unhappy life for a long time, and he had an affair with his best friend's wife. Now, unlikable decision? Sure. But people respond to vulnerability. Eddie has come clean. Eddie is trying to be the best father, best husband, best friend he can possibly be. And I think that is why audiences are rooting for him where they otherwise might not.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it seems like every time Eddie has a problem, he solves it. Another one pops up. And now you got hit by a car by potentially the father of the girl who died in the lake. So do you know, David, how Eddie's story is going to change throughout the season, or do the writers keep any of that from you?
The writers like to keep that from me. I think they like to watch me suffer. And as does America. So Eddie will be cast really nicely for this. I'm filming episode 8 and 9 right now, so that's kind of how deep I am. I don't know what happens beyond that. I think we're doing 18 episodes this season. All I know is that we're going to watch this guy. I'm very grateful that I got to tell this story to put a spotlight on kind of trauma-based paralysis kind of late in life. It's really does a number to your psyche, and your whole world gets flipped upside down. And to be with this character during that time of intense change and psychological darkness, I think is going to be important to show on television and to see as a viewer.
I think so many different storylines on the show are important to see in television, and we didn't used to see that. So it's very nice to watch you guys do that. I do have one last question. I know we're almost out of time, and this is more of a personal question for you. I just watched a clip at my desk from 1994 when you were on Road Rules. What was your favorite memory of being part of the MTV world?
First of all, I think 1994 was when Road Rules started. I was on in 2001.
Okay.
I'm not like 69 years old. Nothing against being 69, but I'm just not quite there yet. So oh boy, that was intense. I was in college. They were auditioning people at a bar where I was. I'm like, I gotta go. I want to be on Real World Road Rules. And it happened. I don't know. It was phenomenal. These people, like, this is what I learned. Everybody, the way they show up when the episodes air, no one thinks that's how they are, but that is actually how they really are. Because all of my castmates were like, oh, they rewrote it. I'm like, nope, that's how you are. Wonderful people. I'm still tight with a lot of them. And it was a hell of an experience.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us this morning, David. We can't wait to continue watching Eddie's story on A Million Little Things.
Thank you.
A Million Little Things airs Thursdays on ABC. It's not going to return until March 4th, but you can actually catch up with the series at abc.com. Michelle from Tony's of Winnebago is giving us a perfect New Year's salad recipe in just a minute. But speaking of New Year's, it's time to name our first fan of the week for 2021. We asked you on Facebook, what's your New Year's resolution this year? Our winner is Carol Fleming Davis. You know, we choose this winner randomly, but honestly, she gave the best answer. She said she's going to smile at everyone while driving and at stoplights because most people don't wear their masks then, and she can see their beautiful smiles back. Carol won a GDS swag bag packed with wine glasses, t-shirts, and more, and you can be our second fan of the week for the year. It's pretty special, too. Just follow us on Facebook.